Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of the Sales Growth Club TV show. I'm Chris and I'm here with Steve.
Yeah, hi Chris. Hi everyone.
Right, last week, for the last few weeks we've been talking
Yeah.
about customer feedback and the engagement's been pretty amazing, hasn't it? People
Yeah.
talking about trying to gain customer feedback and how they go about gaining it, the pros and the cons. So we're going to move on this week and for the next month and we're going to start talking about the power of networking.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because this comes into it really, the feedback, isn't it? Because networking, when you're at networking, it's all about building visibility, building that engagement with people. And once you've done that, people start to feed back on you amongst each other. So networking in a way can start to take a life of its own from the people that you meet. So in your opinion, why is networking so important to sales?
Well, I mean, it's a bit like sort of why do you have a website? Why do you have social media? It's a little bit about just getting. Well, there's many aspects to it, really. I mean, getting yourself known in your target market, getting visibility of yourself as a leader, an industry leader, somebody that adds value, somebody that's reliable. That whole personal brand thing. I just think it's a place that has evolved as well so much over years.
Because networking's been going on for centuries, some people say.
Well, yeah, they do, but I think it's become far more, process driven.
Yeah.
Almost now that it's part of an expenditure that a business will accept as part of their operating costs or their fixed costs, and I think it's become a place where business owners go not only to look to make more sales, but look to go for other aspects of camaraderie, idea testing, the whole piece of just a network that becomes more than just a network that you're trying to sell to, a network that becomes part of your support mechanism as a business.
Because networking is not just the traditional networking, go to a room and meet a load of people. It can now be done online. There's many different areas in which you can network.
Well, the classic example is networking is the group.
Yeah.
People answer each other's questions, they share ideas. Now that's not a physical room, it's a virtual room where people have no reason to connect, but there is a human desire in there that people will try and help each other out. And therefore networking can, as you say, be physical, can be virtual, but it's a place where people are very prepared to give advice and to help others.
So if we are talking in the traditional sense and someone's going along to a meeting room to meet loads of people, what can they expect when they get there? What's the traditional networking approach?
Well, I don't know. So I don't know what traditional is because I've seen so many different types. So some really do follow process, formula. Some are very free and open. But I think that some of the things that you should be prepared to do is be able to talk about your business and be able to not only talk about your business, but from the perspective of the value you create prospective clients. So I think that's a really important one. And I think there's another one that you should be expected to do. You should be able to articulate to the room the kind of clients you're looking for. So I think those things are what you should expect of yourself. Yeah, I'm not sure you should expect that your ideal client is going to be there and it's going to be a slam dunk and that's it. But I think you should expect to put that homework in. So when you go, you're really well ready and clear and come over as somebody that really knows their stuff.
I realise a lot of you in the group will probably be members of networking organisations and group leaders or presidents or whatever the networking group calls them. And I realise they do change. So do let us know, help everybody out with other networking groups. So, write them down in the comments. It'd be good to see the type of networking events out there. And remember, not just offline as well, not just out and about, but online as well. Are you part of a networking group?
Well, I mean, it's interesting that you say, that most people will be part of it, or whatever you said, a lot of people. I mean, only 2 years ago, I'd never been to a networking event, right? So a networking event became, in beginning my business, became a real important place of learning, become a really important place of growing my confidence about what I was doing. And probably I overinvested in networking to be in as many places to continue this good feeling of building confidence. So there could be a number of people in the group that are new to business that haven't yet worked out the right network for them. And that network doesn't just have to be professional, it can be social.
Yeah.
It can have an element of you like being with the people, and that environment gives you motivation and gives you a really good feeling that whilst you've not left with clients and contacts, you've certainly left with a learning or a good experience.
So I think what you said there about over-investing, that comes a lot down to cost and time, doesn't it? You know, you do have to be very conscious of that, and not to over-invest.
Well, I think it's about being deliberate while you go to networking and being very sort of happy with what networking is all about. Because I mean, you can easily trot up 150 quid a month going networking, plus your membership fee to be part of a networking group. So I think you've got to be very cognizant of how much you spend whilst you're networking, and I think it's a really important thing to be aware of, because some of that investment you can actually, if you're going there for learning versus looking for business, you can find that learning in other areas.
Yeah.
So just to be clear why you're going, be clear about how much you're spending, and be clear about some purpose.
Brilliant. So some good top tips there for you this week as well. We are going to be coming back next week. Our videos and our content next week is going to be covering the frustrations of networking. So, you know, learning how to connect with people, getting a return on investment. So we'll be talking about those next week. We're then going to go on to the results, what you should expect results-wise. And then at the end of the month, we've got some top tips as well. Top tips on networking. So do stay tuned. Do put your comments in the boxes. If there's anything you want to ask Steve, do comment or do direct message Steve. You know he's available in the group. That's what the group is there for. So do reach out and ask any questions you might have. Let us know the networking organisations you're part of as well. Yeah. You know, maybe there's some people, as Steve mentioned, that's new to networking and need to know what's out there. But from us two here, that's all we got time for in the video. But there's going to be lots of content again coming out in the week across all the channels and in the group. So stay posted. But from us two here, thank you very much and have a great week.